All right, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Creators Lounge podcast. So I am your usual host, Ben Jaye, but today I am going to be the guest, actually. I have a buddy in Brazil. His name is Vinicius, and me and him wanted to sit down and have a conversation about motivation, positivity, stuff that we are really inspired by. Vinicius, real quick, tell us about yourself and who you are.
Thanks for having me here. And my name is Vinicius. I live in Brazil, and I'm a teacher, ESL teacher in here. And I really appreciate all of the culture that you guys have. And I try to do my best to share what you have with my students. Because I truly believe that culture has a tremendous power to teach everyone, not about language, but how to be a good person, in our society, in our world. So that's it. That's me trying to help some people from different countries to speak this beautiful language that is English. Okay.
Love it, man. I love it. I love your energy as well. But yeah, he just hit me up in a DM and we started talking back and forth, and we decided to do an episode of the podcast together. So here we are. All right, Vinicius, you are the guest host for this episode. So go ahead, my man. Take it away. First question.
Okay. We are going to talk about motivation because when it comes to learning another language or learning whatever, sometimes we get stuck. We got ourselves like in a situation that we like, oh my gosh, should I move on? Should I quit? So, and you are a really good motivational guy. So I'd like to talk to you about some stuff. And this is the thing. Man, how do you keep yourself motivated?
That is a great question, my man. And I mean, there's several different answers I'm thinking of. But I think at the heart of it all, I consider myself a self-motivated person. So a lot of the time, the motivation comes from myself. I kind of have to be the source of it. The problem I noticed with having outside sources as motivation are that they aren't always consistent. So if you wake up one day and the weather's bad and your body is in pain, then you would want to be like depressed, right? Or you'd want to be like angry. And I just didn't want to live that way. So I really had to go through a process of like learning to be the source of my own motivation. And it was a very long process, but I think that now I'm at a pretty good place where I'm more in control of my emotions than my emotions are in control of me. So I definitely consider myself a self-motivated person. I kind of have to generate that motivation, that energy. However, there is other stuff, that does motivate me on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of it is my friends, my family, the people who know me. Like, if I get messages, comments from them saying like, this helped me, or I love what you're doing, like that really motivates me on a deep level. And it just gives me that energy to, keep going and to keep doing what I do. So it's also like the human connection is the other part of it. Being able to impact people and then being impacted by them as well. So I think those are the two major sources of motivation for me.
When you were a child, man, you are like this way nowadays, which is something really good. But when you were a child, who was your inspiration, and were you like that, like you are nowadays? You know.
Dude, that's actually a really good question. And it's something I think about on my own time. Like I think about it, is that true or is that not true? Have I always been the same or did I change? Kind of the conclusion I have come to is that even as a child, I was very energetic. I always had a lot of energy to do stuff, whether it was run around the yard or make music, or play video games. I just had a lot of energy. I always had a lot of energy. Now, I have to say that when I was younger, I don't think it was quite as focused. It was not quite as focused as it is now. So when I was younger, it was just like, wake up, what do I want to do today? I'm going to do that. But now that I'm older, yeah, but now that I'm older, it's a little bit more focused, like on terms of, wake up, I want to make music, I want to impact people, I want to live my best life. The change that happened for me was whenever I was 16 years old, and I I watched a movie, and the movie was a Bruce Lee movie. It came on TV, and my mom, of course, was familiar with him, and so I was like, "Who's Bruce Lee? Like, who is this?" And yeah, I watched that movie, and Bruce Lee just really captivated my attention. There was something about his energy and the way that he acted, and it impacted me. Are you familiar with Bruce Lee, by the way, Vinicius?
That man was a legend.
Dude, 100%. And ever since the day that I watched that movie, my life really, really changed for the better. I remember that I watched one movie, and then I watched another movie, and then I got online and I was like, I was reading about his life, and I was like, oh, he died? And I was like, how did he die? And I was like, I started reading his books. I started reading about his philosophy. I think the very next day I started doing like an organized fitness routine, like push-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that. And it all kind of
That's really
spiraled. It
cool.
spiraled from there, bro. So after I found out about Bruce Lee, I my life kind of took a more focused direction, and it kind of gave me more, I guess, more direction in my life as far as like what I wanted to do and how I wanted to use this energy.
What advice would you give to people starting putting out content? You are a very good and not just putting out your own content, but you are really good, man. And like bringing people, like putting them on on the spotlight. So, which is something really good, by the way. But what is the thing that you can share with other ones, like the advice to keep putting content? Because lots of people, they lack of patience and they stop. Like they don't even start and they already stop. So what advice would you give people to start putting out and maintaining putting out content?
Well, first of all, bro, thank you so much for the compliments. I don't consider myself that good. I'm just doing, what I can. Secondarily, about the question on advice to people, it's honestly just do it. Like, just do it. Like, I think that we all overthink stuff so much, myself included. So whenever I first started sharing content on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, I really thought too much about everything, and like I would spend the whole like week thinking, how should this post look, and how can I design it so it looks perfect altogether, and is this perfect, and is this perfect, and is this going to offend someone? Do I need to be careful about this? And it limited me in what I was able to put out there and I was able to share. And what I also learned was that I would save stuff up, right? I think it was really, really big and important. I'd save it and I'd put it out there and it would just fall flat. Like nobody noticed it or nobody cared about it. And it was situations like that made me realize it's really just about consistency. It's really just about sticking with it. And so once I lost that ideal of making everything perfect or doing something that like reflected me 100%, I was able to focus more on reaching people every day, reaching stuff consistently. So I stopped worrying about perfection and started thinking more about consistency and,
That's great, man.
content. That's a big part of it, I think, bro. So for anybody out there who wants to get started on it, you've really got to kind of forget about being perfect 100% of the time and focus more on connecting with people, focus more on doing it every day. So I think consistency is the big one.
And look, this is really good, but it comes to to the thing that I want to ask you. Like, um, today we have lots of things that um, try to stop us, like try to destroy our motivation, you know. And even if we are really motivated, some stuff like get us like, oh my god, come on, you know. So what? And maybe it's not with you, but is there anything that could destroy your motivation? Like, or you feel like nowadays really so unbreakable, so focused that like haters or negative compliments, whatever,
I get it.
is going to stop you.
Yeah, I get that, man. I get that a lot. I know a lot of people who struggle with that, and I know that it does affect people a lot. Um, for myself personally, I have to say that I think one big thing that has helped me is loving myself. And I know that sounds a little bit silly maybe at first, but some days there are days, like whenever I wake up and I'm not in the mood, right? Like I need an off day, and I feel maybe a lack of motivation, maybe I feel a little bit depressed, and I just let myself feel that way. Like I don't judge myself. So I'll take days like whenever I'm having a bad day, and I'll just sit there and I'll listen to music, or I'll watch my favorite TV show, and I'll just take like an off day basically, and I'll kind of just work through it. Every day doesn't have to be 100%. I'm gonna kill it today. There's gonna be days whenever you need to take a break, and you need to take an off day, and I think that's totally acceptable and totally fine. So that's one big thing that helped me is being able to accept that not everything is gonna be 100% every single day, and being able to just go with the flow. On the other side, as far as stuff that can hold you back, such as like haters, or such as stuff like anxiety, or mental health issues, and things like that. I think that, and not in every situation, but I think that in a lot of situations, we also have to learn how to take control of our lives. And so, whenever I was younger, I wasn't really like a strong person. I wasn't really a leader that much. I didn't identify with that kind of personality. But as I got older, I realized that the times when I did take control of situations were the times when I was also the happiest. So
That's really good.
it's important. It's really important, man. It definitely changed
Yeah,
my
yo.
life.
So you can say like, I'm sorry, but you can say like, all everything's about mindset.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think perspective is the biggest one. Once you can change your mind, you can change your life. It's as simple as that.
When it comes to learning, man, and specifically English learners, they sometimes get themselves like, oh my god, am I improving? Am I in a better situation than I was yesterday? And they get like this way in like just 1 month. You know what I mean? Like they don't wait, they don't see the process, they don't focus on the journey. They only see like they don't see that they just started and they already own they want to be in the final line. You see? Like, oh my god, they really don't have patience. And what do you think is important? What would you say to those ones?
I get it, man. I get it, and I think that that comes down to two different reasons. So, like you said, patience is a really big one, right? And patience is something you have to practice, practice, practice. Like patience is does not come easily for most people. So it really is something that you have to practice every day. You have to practice patience. Like it's not always easy, but it's something that you either learn as you go along, or it's something that you just like you understand as you practice. But either way, you have to practice it and maintain it. Patience is incredibly important. There's dreams that I've had for more than 5 years, and I'm still working towards them to come true. So it is a daily practice. I think the other thing, though, I want to mention that less people talk about is comparing yourself. And I notice this in myself is that all humans have like this ingrained, action in their brain to compare right now to a different point in time, to compare yourself right now to somebody else or yourself at a different place in time. And so I think an important thing that for students who are learning English is to not worry about competition and don't worry about comparing yourself to another student. Don't worry about comparing yourself to the you of yesterday. That can be important sometimes, but for the most part, it's going to make you demotivated and it's going to make you lose focus. We need to remember that right now has never happened before. Who you are right this minute has never existed before. And this is where the opportunity is. Because who you are right now is unlike anything that's ever happened before. You have countless opportunity, you have
That's
limitless potential.
exactly.
Right here, right now, man.
That's
It's
great.
it's the moment is the future.
The thing I don't get, like, we keep ourselves motivated. We know what we have to do. We know what it has to be done, and we know what it takes when you are in a project. You know your stuff. I know my stuff, and we know how what it takes and the things that we have to do in order to achieve our goals. But some people, like, I don't get why uh, they think like this way, like different. Like, oh my god, I should be speaking English like for yesterday. I should be successful. I should be dropping some music like really, really. I should be signed by someone really great. I don't get why people think that way. They don't focus on the process. That's the point. You know, and man, talking about you, Jay, please, how do you maintain, man, your motivation when you fail? Because here's the thing: we know, we fail sometimes. It's normal when you are in your way into the direction of the success. This is normal to sometimes to fail. But the thing is, how do you maintain your motivation, and how do you don't let your failure stops you?
Good question, bro. Good question. By the way, you mentioned that you don't understand why people, struggle with that. That I need to be the best right now. I think it's because of competitive environments. It's like growing
Yeah.
up in a place where everything's so competitive. And there's competition, and everything's got to be like number one, number one. So I think environment plays a big part of that. Maybe how their parents raised them as well. It's everyone's on their own journey, and it takes time for people to figure it out. So best of luck to everyone struggling with that. Don't give up. And then, in answer to your other question about failure and how to recover from that, failure is not fun to accept at first. So it's a practice. I think
Yeah.
so much of success is about
All comes through
practices.
practice.
It is, man. It really comes down to what you're doing every day, what you're doing every week, what you're doing every month. And so failure is the same way. What the important thing to do with failure is to change your perspective on it. So instead of seeing failure as losing from now until forever, we need to change our perspective into losing right now means learning a valuable lesson for tomorrow, or later on. Something that really helped me was realizing that every struggle that I go through, every failure that I go through, is the opportunity for me to share that failure with you guys who are watching and give you
That's what I'm talking about.
help in how to handle that and how to overcome it. So after I started thinking about it's not just about me, it's about everybody out there who I'm talking to. I was like, oh wait a
Yeah.
minute, I can do this. If I fail, I'm gonna save
Yeah.
5 people.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So that's something that helped me a lot.
Oh man, that's great. Really, really great. Look, what's your morning routine look like?
Dude, morning routines. I mean, I love this. Morning routine. The first thing I do when I wake up, I breathe. I breathe really deep. I just take a deep breath, and gratitude. Gratitude is the other big one. I start thinking and feeling the feelings that I want to feel. So when I wake up, I take that deep breath, and then I start thinking, "Yo, I am energy. Hey, I am awake. I'm happy. I'm thankful." I can start even listing things like I'm thankful for the sunshine. I'm thankful for the snow. I'm thankful for this cold bedroom I just woke up in. But
Yeah, yeah, man. No, no, that's
yeah,
something great because it's the small things, and sometimes we lack the this smart thing that we don't have to be thankful for, like, oh my god, I achieved the highest goal among others. No, it's the small stuff we have to be thankful for.
you
So
said it,
that's
bro.
something really good that you are talking about,
Yeah, you said it, man.
and that's really great,
It is, and that's not the only thing. I mean, after I start feeling like those feelings I want to feel, like the next thing I do is I jump out of bed, like my alarm clock, right? Like I have three alarms just in case I oversleep. But when that first one goes off, I'm up. I'm out of my bed, and I'm on the way. And I start doing
Yeah.
exercising. Exercising has helped me so much. I just do like anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes of
What do you do
exercise.
like exercising?
I do some stretches, I do push-ups, and I do
Yeah.
squats. So it's really
Nice,
just
nice.
basic stuff, but I've
Yeah.
noticed it really gets my energy going for the day. And one last thing I want to mention here,
Yeah.
bro, because I think this one is possibly the most important. Wait for
Yeah.
it. Cold showers.
Oh my God. No, 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 no. No, I passed this. I passed this. Everything that you said is great, is unbelievable. You are really good, but please, no cold showers,
Oh my
please.
dude. Oh my dude. No, seriously. Everybody tells me
Really?
this. Everybody is like, I could never do cold showers. And I was like, I said the exact same thing 2 years ago. But after I started doing cold showers, like I could never look back. Like the experience is totally, totally life changing. When I take a cold shower, I just have so much more clarity in my mind. A couple things happen, but like the biggest ones are like the clarity. It kind of gets me more sharpened, more focused for the day. I also have that energy because like your body is like what is happening, and so like my energy really starts flowing after I get a cold shower in. Other thing is I've heard it's extremely good for your health, and so ever since I started doing cold showers, I've only been sick, I think, one time in the past 2 years.
Oh my
So,
God, that's really
yeah.
great.
And so I think the health was the biggest
Damn.
motivator for me to start it. And by the way, I mean, if people don't want to just get straight into a cold shower, you don't have to. Like, start very small. Take a hot shower,
Yeah.
and then before you get out, turn on the cold water for 5 seconds.
Oh,
Just
I
five
see. It's
seconds.
that's smart. That's smart. I want
Small
to try
steps, right? Small steps. 5 seconds,
it.
10 seconds, 1 minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, Vinicius, man, thank you so much for all the questions today, bro. Let's talk a little bit about some of your stuff as well. I mean, like, what are your
Oh, right.
morning routines? Like, what do you do when you wake up?
Yeah. Look, my thing is coffee, man. Really, really coffee. Like, I when I wake up in the morning, like I feel like a zombie. You know what I mean? Really, really crashed, and I gather all of my strength in the morning, and I go straight to the coffee machine and prepare me some coffee. Really, really, really. I
Sure,
look like
sure.
a zombie, man. You've got to seen it. So it's really fucked up. And I don't know about you, but I saw it on internet, like people using some spicy sauce, in the coffee.
Wow. That's amazing. I mean, it could definitely work for sure. I was a big fan of
Yeah,
coffee a lot as well. The problem I noticed with it was that it really messed up with my sleep schedules. So, like, if I drink
yeah.
coffee,
No,
like,
but the thing is the time that you have it. Like I have in the morning and a sip in the afternoon. So and just this, because I agree with you. It got us like fucked up. So our sleeping time gets really fucked up. So not really good. But my morning routine is like that. I really take the coffee because I leave for work in the morning. So um, I really take the coffee stuff and I start getting dressed and then I leave. So I don't have much time to exercise, and that's some two goals I would like to achieve. Exercise in the morning before I start my job and whatever. But the thing is that now I don't have time unless I wake up during the night. You know what I'm saying? But which is not something good. But this thing, cold shower, man, this thing I should try. And lots of people telling me that. And there is this student of mine, and his name is Geraldo, and he's always like that. Vinicius, you should take cold shower in the morning, and I feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna try someday, but now I'm not really prepared for this. But this your idea is really cool. You start with hot, and in the end you finish with the code, so that's really smart. So this I'm gonna try, and that's it. Then I live to work, and that's how I start my day. The thing about motivation is that uh, the thing about motivation is that I'm really, man, something that I really keep myself motivated is that look all of my dreams every day. For example, pictures, websites, stuff that I really want to achieve. I check it on my laptop, and I see the pictures, the places I want to visit, the things I want to have, the people I want to achieve and helping. And that makes my day, like, man, that's why I'm here, that's what I'm going to do my best, so that's the thing.
Love it, man. I
And
love it.
social media, man, is something really important nowadays, because plus you can share your stuff, of course, but you can influence lots of people. You know that, because you can influence. You have been influenced me. I have to I have to say that, and thank you because of that. And because I saw you randomly on internet, and I saw, man, this dude is really
Oh, dude,
it's really
thank you. Thank you.
motivational, and he's like, under his age is like something good. So I think as you, so we have to bring to us people that think like us. Don't you agree?
Yeah, man. I mean, like you said, it's really cool that we can influence people, and be that source of positivity for other people. That was a big motivator for me in sharing the positivity content, um, because it's how I lived my life. And so when I saw other people, who struggled, I wanted to share with them.
So when it comes to social media, it's nice because you can influence more people. Talk about motivation, and you can spread your message like massively. You know what I'm saying? So what about you, man? How do you feel about social media and stuff?
Dude, I think it's a tool. I think that it is a tool. So it's how we use it, right? We can use it either to harm ourselves because we just waste our time on it, or we can use it to better our lives and other people's lives by sharing content. And so, for me, initially, I used social media as like to consume it, right? Like I was using it to see stuff I liked or to favorite stuff I liked. What I do now, though, is I mostly just share content. Like I almost never consume social media, believe it or not. Before it was like 50-50, share content, consume content. Now it's more like 90-10, 90% share content, 10% consume content. And so, that's what I love about it, is that it's a tool and it's how we use it. It's how we use it. By the way, I love what you're doing with your own content, how you're using it to inspire
I
people.
appreciate it,
Yeah, good job
and
with that, man. Keep it up.
yeah, I appreciate it. And look, my last question is not a question; it's just I'm asking. Could you leave a motivational message to my students specifically, and everybody else, like who's listening to this podcast, like they can feel like, even if it's not about learning goals, but in life, but I'd appreciate if you direct a motivational message to my students.
Sure thing, man. Sure thing. You guys got it. Guys, I don't know what to say. Like, there's so much to say, but I think the important thing is to discover who you are. Really put a lot of time into learning about who you are, what you're after, what you want, how you want to live. And I think the important thing is to not compare yourself. So when I say learn about yourself, I mean really learn about yourself. Like what motivates you? What kind of things do you want to achieve? Do you want to wake up happy? Do you want to wake up, sad? Like it's all in your hands. And once you know what you want to do, you can start taking the steps to achieve those things. So really discover who you are. Life is so much about understanding, who we are, what we want to do with our lives. And then after that, the process can really unfold. You'll meet people, who think like you. You'll meet people who will help you to achieve your goals, and you will also be able to achieve your goals. But I really believe that it starts with us. So I encourage you guys so much to really just discover who you are and how you work and what you want to achieve, and then everything else will fall into place. Good luck. And then also, Vinicius, I had another question for you as well, bro.
Yeah,
I know that you teach English and everything. What is kind of
yeah.
the impact you want to make on your students and their lives?
When it comes to teaching English, this is a small thing. I used to say to them that it's 30% of our time together is about teaching English because the development and the ideas, like to become a great person in our society, really more we can achieve more than just speaking English, and we talk about relationship, man. You have to see, I work with couples, and when we catch ourselves in some situations talking about relationships, you know and I had students like in the middle of the class, they feel like they want to share something personal there that's bothering them. And so it's much more than that. It's much more than teaching because the thing here's the thing: I teach privately, so it's really easier to have these conversations, because it's a face-to-face class, so they feel comfortable with me. When you teach like a class more than seven, like 30 students, it's really complicated to get this. But in my situations, I teach couples, personal students, and small groups. And on the internet too, during the week, they feel like really comfortable to talk to me, like everything, self development, like in their companies, how they can be better in their jobs. And it really helps make me feel so great because I teach, but I can do much more than that. I can inspire them. I can have the pleasure to record motivational interviews and podcasts with great people all over the world in order to show them that they can do better. You feel me? So that's the thing. It's really making them be greater, be someone. I speak English, but much more than that, I am a really good person. I really help my society. I really develop myself in my company and in my family. So it's making citizens. You know what I'm saying? Through English. So that's what keeps me like, man, I have a message to pass. It's not a language to teach. So that's what I really like to do. I have been doing, and since 2013, and it's really great like this. I have lots of like feedbacks. They keep saying to me, and that's really great, man. I feel like that's my call. That's what I want to be keep doing like for the next years. And that's it. That's really really great. I feel really happy to do what I do, and that's it.
Dude, I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, I love your positive energy. I love how you share it with your students, and I
We
love how
got to
you.
keep up. We got to keep
Yeah, exactly, man.
motivated.
And I love how
And yeah,
you do more than just teaching English. You also teach self
yeah,
development. I mean, that's so important.
that's right.
Something I'm passionate about as well.
That's right, my friend.
All right, man. We had an awesome conversation today. As part of the ending
Yeah.
to every podcast, I always do like a fun round where I ask a very quick question and then we give a very quick response. Three, two, one. Favorite color?
Black.
What is your favorite food?
Oh, Japanese and acai. Have you ever tried acai?
I have not.
But you know, but
I
you
know
have
it.
heard?
Yep, I know it.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
it's great. You should try.
All right. What is your favorite movie?
Interstellar. Interstellar.
hmm What is your favorite song right now?
Oh my God. Damn, that's really quick. That's really quick. So, ZZ from Kodak Black.
All right. What languages do you speak?
Portuguese and English.
What countries do you want to visit?
Oh man, just United States. All of it.
All right. And last question, bro. What is something you want to do that you have never done before?
Oh, skydiving. Is
Love
that
it, man.
correct?
Yep, that's right. All right, awesome. Vinicius.
Yeah.
Oh man, thank you so
Oh
much for
my
coming on
God.
today. We had some great discussion.
Much appreciated,
I
man.
love the topics we touched on. To everybody watching, please check out his content, check out his page, support his projects. And yeah, so Vinicius, is there any last words you want to say to the audience?
The thing is, like, keep your focus on the process. Don't look back and don't look too much ahead. Like, enjoy your moment, enjoy where you are right now. You have to know where you have to get, but you don't have to be impatient, and you don't have to be like unmotivated. Know where you're going to, but be patient. See where you are. Enjoy your journey.
All right, man. Awesome. All right, audience, everybody on their own personal journeys, don't give up. And if you ever need help, just shoot me a DM or shoot Vinicius a DM. We'd be glad to talk to you. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We will see you next week. Have a great day and goodbye.